Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
It's the way it is. What can I do? All right. Welcome to GUFONRadioStream. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. How the health are you? Man alive. Barely made it. But I'm glad we caught the train. And then we got on the ferry, but it was so windy, the ferry had to go around the Statue of Liberty. It was amazing. I never thought they would do that. What's that? Oh, it was another dream. Never mind. You guys, kidding. We may be getting some thunderstorms here, though, in Arizona a little later today. Thought they were coming a couple hours ago, and it kind of petered out. So we'll see what happens. But tonight, we will be talking about Greer, CE5. Is he really talking to them? You know who them is, and you know where they be at. But nobody has any proof of where they be and who they talking to. We'll pay a little visit to Greer, go to his website. We'll read up on some things and make our opinions be heard. The New York Times article came out. What's that? I know it is. I got to go grab my coffee. My coffee just got done. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Can you believe it? I didn't read it purposely. I read the first couple of sentences and I said, "Oh, I'm going to read it on air." And then we're going to talk about it here in just about 5 minutes. I'm going to get or repair these glasses. I think the hinges broke. My head is shrinking. Yeah, I'm shrinking. My whole being is shrinking. Roll call. Real quick, we're going to go quick. Martin R. Jesus. Zach Dykes Monsu. Arizona Lerps. Martin Reeder. Rodrigo Vieira, not you know who. Lufon, no fool. Spook Cat. Dobrimirenov. How you doing, man? Welcome. Lori Olifants here. Hello. Hello, Brett Lewis. How you doing, man? What do you say? How do you be? Frepsap. How do you sap and be? Yeah, Goofon's here. Game Vet 02. And a couple others are here. B. Baker's here. I know I saw you. Joshua Morphew. Bless you. Thank you. And everybody else. Joe Clark's here, guys. Espionage TV's here. How you guys doing? Mike Rotunda. Yeah, Thursdays is kind of new for the show as a consistent thing. You wouldn't know if you'd get a Thursday show. Jesus. Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday, remember? We're doing Monday through Friday now. What am I doing? I need to take a day off. I may take tomorrow off. COVID, and come back and do Saturday. I think we need a Saturday show. Last Saturday was phenomenal. I'm going to try it again. I don't know if I'll take tomorrow off. Anyway, I got a video. Now, here's what I'm not going to talk about anymore. That thing that kept us in our homes for all this time, we're not talking about that. Can't figure out why my shows get demonetized, but I think it's because of that. Talking about that, other things, sucks. But you know what? I don't want to talk about it anyway, so it's perfect timing. I don't know, guys. This money thing. I don't know. I don't monetize my videos at all, in case you haven't noticed. Those of you who don't have premium YouTube, you don't pay the $10 a month to not have commercials. If you aren't using the YouTube premium for $10, you're out of your mind. It's amazing. You get so much with it. Yeah, well, I know you guys probably looked into it and don't think it's worth it, but let me tell you, when you don't have any commercials interrupting your shows or others that you're listening to, it's worth the price of admission. So I am going to play a video from Mark Dice so I can go get some coffee, and then we'll talk about the New York Times article. People are still filing in. Goof on Radio streams live Thursday night. Mark Dice wants to talk to Americans. They want to know if they know Jesus was shot by Lee Harvey Oswald. Was Jesus shot by Lee Harvey Oswald? You wouldn't believe what people... I know, this to me, it's just paranormal, but we're going to be back in not even 3 minutes. So have a little laugh to start off the night, and we'll be back with the New York Times review of that. I'll read it right on air. It's going to be awesome.
Do you think if we had stricter gun control laws that Lee Harvey Oswald would not have been able to shoot Jesus, or would he have still used a gun on the black market?
He still would have used a gun.
He still would have been able to get a gun to shoot Jesus?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think if we had stricter gun control laws that Jesus would have not been killed?
I don't know. It all depends. If someone wants a gun, they're going to get it and use it.
But I mean, if there were stricter gun control laws, would Lee Harvey Oswald have gotten the gun that killed Jesus? Do you think? Or you think that would have prevented him shooting Jesus?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Would that have stopped Lee Harvey Oswald from shooting him, do you think? Because he would have needed a background check to get the gun?
No, I don't think I would have. I think people find ways to get around things.
It would have been on the black market. He would have got a black market gun to shoot Jesus?
Probably.
If we had stricter gun control laws, do you think that Lee Harvey Oswald would not have been able to turn Jesus over to the Romans at gunpoint?
No, because the criminal's going to always find a way to do what he wants to do.
So he would have still got a gun on the black market to hold Jesus up at gunpoint and turn him over to the Romans?
Because criminals will always find a way to do what they have to do to survive.
What year did Jesus die approximately?
I couldn't tell you.
Just roughly. 1500, 1200s?
1300s.
1300s? What year approximately did Jesus die?
I have no idea.
Was it like the 1200s, 1300s? Just roughly. No help, no help. This is only you. Just roughly. What year did Jesus die approximately?
I have no idea.
You can guess.
1300s.
1300s. What year approximately did Jesus die? No help. No help.
Jeez, I don't know.
Roughly. I mean, was it like the 1300s, 1700s?
I'd say 13 or 12 or 13.
How do you not know?
Just roughly, if you could guess.
Nah, thank you.
No idea?
How do you not know?
I don't
Just
know.
guess.
Oh,
No help.
No.
Yeah.
Just
How do you not know?
Approximately what year did he die? Just guess if you don't
Yesterday.
Something BC or
Oh
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
know. Was it in the 1700s?
1600s.
1600s.
Right? Like
Okay.
BC.
500 BC? AD? BC? 500 AD or 500 BC? Which is?
All right, we just lost about 500 brain cells just watching that. You'll never get them back. That's the sad thing. But that's what we do here on GUFONRadioStream. We kill brain cells and then we rebuild them. We break them down and build them back up. By the way, the update on Gutter Gawker, he didn't call. He didn't send a message. He didn't get to me on Twitter. So either one of two things happened. Either he didn't see the show and get the message, which I find very hard to believe he didn't get the message, or he's butthurt. Can't be butthurt in a day like this. Life's too short. That's why I sold out. That's why I sold out and went over to third phase. That's right. I sold out. That's what I am, a sellout. For free. I sold out. Usually when you sell out, you get money. That's hence the sell. I know I'm playing. It's not all that. It's not about money. I don't understand how that can be a sellout when, third phase in the past, there was some stuff that was being sent to them that they just put up and let everybody decide. Sure, it was questionable. Everything was and is. But when you're the biggest, and they were back in the day, they were all over the place. Everybody was picking on them, including myself. But that's no longer the case. I believe it isn't the case anymore. And if you guys, broke bread with Jesus, you would ask Jesus, what would you do? And you know what Jesus would say? Say, pass the wine. Capiche? There's a one capiche show already. We got one capiche show already. We get to 5 capiches. We got a full house. We need 5 capiches tonight. Can you believe it? They finally did it. They put out the next New York Times article. So let's pull it up. Let me get rid of that. How did that disappear? That was great. That's a new feature. All right, there's no audio, but do I show it this way? I'll show it the professional. No, I'm going to show it the unprofessional way, like this. So you still see me. Can they still see me the unprofessional way or the professional way? Yeah, they can. Let's do a professional way. So I don't want to be like the other shows. Yeah, it is different. But if I do that, gush. See, we need to widen it. You can't. You can't widen it anymore. That's it, guys. It's pretty interesting. I'll make it big for you. Fine. That's as big as it's going to get, though, right? Can't go any bigger. There's no extension on this. Nothing. So, no longer in shadows, Pentagon's UFO unit we'll make some findings public. Can you believe this? I mean, I want to cry, but for over a decade, the program, now tucked inside the Office of Naval Intelligence, has discussed mysterious events in classified briefings. Is this a video? Let's take a look, shall we? Sure? Shit.
Welcome to manlybands.com. We sell ring.
We have guys with hair, alcohol, video games, dartboards, rings. We've got it all. A man ring, put it on top of the pyramid. You can buy it $14,000. Oh, sorry. Well, we got a blob on the screen, Joe. What do you mean we got a blob? We got a blob on the screen. We got a blob on the screen. Oh, blob got bigger. Nope, not infrared. That looks like infrared. That looks like a TikTok. No, that's the other video. Then what is this one? Watch. Okay. You shush. There's a whole fleet of them over there. That's the next video. Did you see that on it? Two pilots were found floating in the ocean of the Pacific when their airplanes were hit by an unidentified flying UAP. The UAP was seen to have flying around 5 Mach, which in other words is ludicrous speed. Here it is, folks. This is known as the Go Fast. Go Fast is a bird. Nice bird you got there, Ducky. Hey, Duck. You guys remember these?
You got moving target?
Moving target.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Okay. Try.
Yeah. This one here. This is the golden ticket right here, guys.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the SA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
It's always nice to see airplanes.
That's not LNS though, is it? It's not. That is LNS, dude.
So, oops, here we go.
Well, if there's, look at that thing. It's rotating.
Yeah. I don't know about this, guys. Let's see what the article says about these. Is this new? Those are new UFOs? I'm joking.
Welcome to manlybands.com.
Despite Pentagon statements that it disbanded a once covert program to investigate unidentified flying objects, the effort remains underway, renamed and tucked inside the Office of Naval Intelligence, where officials continue to study mystifying encounters between military pilots and unidentified aerial vehicles. Pentagon officials will not discuss the program, which is not classified but deals with classified matters. Yet, it appeared last month in a Senate committee report outlining spending on the nation's intelligence agencies for the coming year. The report said the program, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, was to standardize collection and reporting on sightings of unexplained aerial vehicles and was to report at least some of its findings to the public every 6 months. See, I think if you want, that's twice a year. I think they need to do it every 3 months. Every 3. Lee, thanks for the dollar. Lee says don't read it. All right, I'll just let it go. There we go. Please don't read it. Okay, I'll just leave it up then. See what it's saying here? Here it says Harry Reid just wants to know if it's a potential threat. Capiche? Ooh, two capiches. Senator Marco Rubio, who we spoke about just last week. He is the acting chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence. He's concerned about reports of unidentified aircraft over American military bases. Everybody thinks this has to do with the government. Why would they go to the government anyway? You know what I mean? What do they care? It's so stupid. They didn't go to the government. They crashed, supposedly, in Roswell. So dumb. You know what? I think they're actually worried that this is China and Russia, because China, Russia, and the US have been working on hypersonic drone technology. No joke. The last decade, just nobody talked about it. Now, all of a sudden, here we go. Now they're saying, not here, but it's possible. I think Michio Kaku said that a couple of weeks ago. It's possible it could be a drone flying at anywhere between Mach 5 and Mach 20, which is ludicrous speed. Here, go ahead and read the next article. I'll read along with you, and then we'll talk. ATIP. Remember ATIP? They're just talking about ATIP and everything here. No big deal. Just rehashing history. Yeah, we knew Lou would make his face. By the way, Lou looks nothing like this. This is so photoshopped, or whatever you call it. Did you know he's a former military intelligence officer? Official officer? I glanced over to see if anybody was saying anything. Don't read. And I screwed up. Yeah, just rehashing old stuff, okay? Lou says it no longer has to hide in the shadows. It will have a new transparency. No, it won't. He's among a small group, tough darts, Lee, of former government officials and scientists with security clearances who, without presenting physical proof, say they are convinced the objects of undetermined origin have crashed on Earth with materials retrieved for study. For more than a decade, the Pentagon program has been conducting classified briefings for congressional committees, aerospace company executives, and other government officials, according to interviews with program participants and unclassified briefing documents. Tough darts. In some cases, earthly explanations have been found for previously unexplained incidences. Of course it has. Even lacking a plausible terrestrial explanation does not make an extraterrestrial one the most likely. Astrophysicists say. Then they go with Mr. Reid over here. Harry, the former Democratic senator from Nevada, who pushed for funding the earlier UFO program when he was the majority leader and said he believed that crashes of vehicles from other worlds had occurred and that retrieved materials had been studied secretly for decades, often by aerospace companies under government contracts. After looking into this, I came to the conclusion that there were reports, some were substantive, some not so substantive, that there were actual materials that the government and the private sector had in their possession. So we're not hearing anything new yet, are we? We've heard absolutely zip. They're going nuts over this on Twitter. They don't think it's that great, this article. Neither do I so far. No crash artifacts have been publicly produced for independent verification. Some retrieved objects, such as unusual metallic fragments, were later identified from laboratory studies as man-made. Yes, it's always going to be. Eric Davis, an astrophysicist who worked as a subcontractor Oh, you want to read it? Okay. We know all this stuff. I know, Rich, but there's people who don't know. And you have to read it. Why? Because not everybody can read it. And maybe some people are driving and listening to you. Okay. I don't think that's true, but he worked as a subcontractor and then a consultant for the Pentagon UFO program since 2007. Said that in some cases, examination of the materials had so far failed to determine their source and led them to conclude we couldn't make it ourselves. The constraints on discussing classified programs and the ambiguity of information cited in unclassified slides from the briefings have put officials who have studied UFOs in the position of stating their views without presenting any hard evidence. Of course, always. It's always that way. Mr. Davis, who now works for Aerospace Corporation, a defense contractor, said he gave a classified briefing to a Defense Department agency as recently as March about retrievals from off-world vehicles not made of this earth, on this earth. Mr. Davis said he also classified briefings on retrievals of unexplained objects to staff members of the Senate Armed Service Committee on October 21st, 2019, and to staff members of the Senate Intelligence Committee 2 days later. Committee staff members did not respond to requests for comment on the issue. Public fascination at the UFO top President Trump told his son Donald Trump in a June interview and he knew very interesting things about Roswell. No, that's not. He was confused. He didn't know if he was talking about Roswell or S4 Area 51. A city in New Mexico that is central to speculation about the existence of UFOs. The president demurred when asked if he would declassify any information on Roswell. I think I'll have to think about that one. Either way, Mr. Reed said more should be made public to clarify what is known and what is not. It is extremely important that the information about the discovery of physical materials or retrieved craft come out. Why? 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 That's it? That's it? That's it? That was awful. Here's what they're saying on Twitter. And now it jumped off. I had it saved, and as soon as you turn it back on, it goes to update, and it went to the newest of new. Unbelievable. Hold on. I'll find it in 2 seconds. Here it is. Nope, it's not it. I just had it here. Come on, dude. Yeah, that's all right. We'll pull it up. Here we go. Here we go. So, post-disclosure world, Ryan, UFO Jesus, definitely thinks disclosure's on the way. He tweeted today, there were people saying the New York Times would not publish a story covering UFO crash retrievals. They were wrong. There are people saying this article was nothing burger. I suspect they will be wrong too. An article like this does not live in a vacuum. Foolish to think. Chase Courts says, honestly, it's not really about what we think. It's about what the public thinks. Are we the public? Is the public getting convinced? What is the perception now that Hike article is out of the gate? He responds, Ryan says, this article's impact on the public is multifaceted. What will this article lead to that continues to influence the public? Nothing. Nothing. We knew about metals. We knew about crashes. They told you nothing. Ooh, we got so excited. I told you, everybody. I told you, everybody, again and again. Ufology is a farce. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw. I didn't know it was going to go that far. It's a joke. I can't believe I'm in this field. I can't believe this. I mean, who's going to fall for this article? Oh. Twitter. The young guns. Still a little young, a little green around the ears. Capiche? No, it's a 3 capiche night. All right. You know, they give us the video. Hey, guys, we're going to show you a video that you've been watching for the last 3 years. Just watch this. Make sure you remember everything we told you for 4 years straight. Could you do that for us, please? Here it is again. I showed it to you and took 2 minutes out of your life. My bad. I'm sorry. But I wanted to see if anything new was going to pop up in the video. And, of course, there was nothing new. Woo! Ha ha! Did you see that? Somebody says, that is a groundwork story. Move things forward. Thanks, Steve Volk. You're such a dork. God almighty. This is awful. Let's see what Brad Warfield says. He's known in the Twitter Young Guns area, I think. He says, I think the Joe Rogan's podcast brings far more attention to it than the New York Times article does these days. Maybe I'm wrong there. I expected investigative journalism. What we got was the typical web story clickbait summary put together from existing known info, just MO. I hope I'm wrong. He's not from the Twitter Young Guns. There's no way. Beautifully said. Absolutely clickbait. Because they gave you nothing. That's what clickbait is. You click on a title and there's nothing about the title in your video or your article proving what you're saying is true. Look, no longer in shadows. Pentagon's UFO unit will make some findings public every 6 months. Maybe once a year. Once a year. I believe it'll average out to every 9 months. God, I like being right, but I wish I was wrong. What are we doing here? What are we doing in this field? I'm real serious about this tonight, man. I mean, I'm not feeling good, so I'm a little bit cranky. What a bullshit article. They said, crashed retrieval metals. And what did they say? Nothing has been seen. Everything verified is man-made. That's all I needed to hear. This is just like Bigfoot. They got all this evidence. They test it out. Nothing. It's a goat. It's a pig. It's a fox. It's a bear. It's a dog. It's a coyote. It's a kitty cat. It's a wolverine. What? Just check. You know, I think, I'm going to say this. I think, I'm not going to say it. I don't know what to say. Because if they want to propel ufology to the next level, which I'm still waiting. I was excited when they gave us those 3 videos pretty much in succession, right? Like every 3 months. I don't know. Felt like it. But they gave us a lot. And then it stopped. And for 3 years, we've been rehashing the same stuff over and over. There's nothing new in this article. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed in the fact that why did this have to be an article? Didn't have to be an article. It's a wasted article. It's clickbait. It's 110% New York Times trying to drum up business. Well, I'm telling you what, you are not only going to disappoint people that are trying to follow the subject, but you're going to disappoint everybody else that's in the field, not just the public. Nah, it's all planned. It's all planned. I'm telling you, just like Chuck used to say when he was here, nobody's walking around with alien video, right? Nobody has an alien on video. Nobody's walking around with it. Nobody has a real UFO. Nobody has any evidence. If you did, you will never, ever hear about it. If you did hear about it, let's say I had something and I wanted to go live. And I would go live on my show and I would surprise you and said, look, I'm not bullshitting you, but this thing right here is from a crashed UFO. I know it looks like duct tape, but it isn't. I just want to let you know this device is from a UFO, my video would go up. Nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it. I would say people are out to get me. I didn't want to tell anybody because I didn't want to put any of my friends and family in harm's way. But I thought the information was so unbelievable. Watch this. Watch. It hovers. It hovers. For a minute, it hovered. This thing can hover. Here, I'll make it hover for you. Here we go. Here it comes. It's coming. Look at this. Isn't that amazing? It's amazing. And then you think anybody would be knocking on my door? You think anybody would be downstairs waiting for me? No, they would think it was a fake, a magic trick. And then I take it outside. And I put a little GoPro attached to it and I send it to space. That's different. At Mach 5. Nobody's walking around with evidence. It's just not happening. What a piece of shit article that was. That was just stupid as hell. Well, Marco Rubio, yeah, we know. It was only a week or 10 days ago. We know. Well, we just wanted to remind you also about Harry Reid. Yeah, we know. We know. Nothing new. Just here's what we did. Here's where we're going. And here's what we say we're going to do, but we're not really. What a dumb article. Right? Wasn't Deschlong very happy? Oh, this is going to be a great article. Why does he sound like Richie from Boston? Because it's me. It's just an awful article. What did I expect? What did you guys think was going to happen out of that? I'm not even asking my crowd here. I'm so sorry. Was anything left out of that New York Times article that you wanted to hear, guys? You know, I might as well ask. I'm very rude tonight. Very rude. I'm not feeling myself. I'm sorry. I should pay more attention to the chat room. I don't know why I can't. I will make an asserted effort starting now. So what do you think should have been done? We already know all this, right? Am I wrong to say this? I think this was just saying, you know what? In about 6 months from now we have to wait another 6 months, I think. That's all they did. They bought another year. The whole I almost said it. The whole thing that happened this year has shut everything down. Pretty much. Lost in Space, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Richie from Boston. I'm over here, you nitwit. What are you talking about? Over there. Arizona Lerps. So, baby steps, Martin. Baby steps. I mean, we're still in the womb. Baby steps. What are you going to do? You're going to skate backwards right out of the womb? Come on, baby. Show me those UAPs and UFOs. It ain't happening. We are stuck at the entrance of the womb. The universe is right there. We just want to look into it. That's it. Or out. We want to get out of this reality. As soon as we see something, close it back up. Close it back up. Rich, can we do that again, please? Why? What was wrong with that? It looked like you were talking about a vagina. Okay. Vagina, take 2. You know, it pretty much, it's like we're still in the womb, you know? We're still in there. You know, we're stuck inside and cut. What? You can't be putting your hands together like a gina. All right. Don't use your hands. I won't. Vagina, not vagina, take 3. It's almost like we're still in the womb, you know? God, I want to use my hands so bad. Can I do something? Do it under the table if you're going to do it. Yeah. All right. Should I just continue? Continue. Keep rolling. So it's like we're stuck in the womb. Rich, what? Never mind. It's good. Keep rolling. God, guys, stop interrupting me. Interrupting you. What are you all right. So we're not even getting out of the womb. We're stuck right there. Did you have to use stuck? Oh, come on, man. Really? I think that this has run its course. Seriously, all seriousness aside. I said all seriousness aside. I didn't even mean to say that. All kidding aside. All right. Democrat. Mr. Reed, a former Democratic senator. They ain't gonna do anything. Democrats, come on. They're not gonna allow anything. I know Reed's a retired senator, Democratic, but he's still in the party. Yeah, nothing's happening. Did you guys? Let me go back. Did you guys say? Was there anything left out of the article that you thought should be in there? I didn't see. Cry wolf. Let me see. I was too busy talking about making movies over here. Yeah, 2 out of 10, Lee. Good. Very good. 2 out of 10 is about right. I was thinking 3. God of Thunder says unidentified. Oh, will be just like Ancient Aliens. You'll get to season 10 and still no answers, but they'll attract more investors. Yep. I did not watch episode 2. What's today? Thursday? So tomorrow I'll go over episode 2, and then Monday I'll do 3. I forgot every Monday we're supposed to do a review of Unidentified, and with everything going on this week, Jiminy Gleek. I tell you what, I love this third phase thing. Just to get off the topic for a second here. All right, I'm off it. Now we're back on. It is damage control, lost in space. Do you think it's because what they're doing now, it's what I said they did, what they did with 2 to Stars Academy and all the stuff we saw over the last, 3 years ago. They gave us 6 years of stuff in 18 months. So now, like I said they would do, God, I really need to brag about myself more because I don't do it enough. I was right again when I said they're not going to give us anything for a long time. I didn't think it would be this long, but holy shnikey, we haven't gotten a new video. You can tell I'm excited how my voice goes higher. I got to work on that. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. See, I don't have that. I just doesn't sound real. Doesn't feel real. Is it raining? It's not raining. What are you guys also thinking here? Sick of the mainstream? What would you say, James? I'm sick of everything being for the mainstream. Thank you. God dang it, that's right. Why? Did you know? I listened to the George Knapp interview with Jeremy Corbell on Joe Rogan's show last week. Fantastic, by the way. We'll talk about it tomorrow because I want to rewatch it. I was surprised the things they were saying. And Jeremy Corbell is completely gray now. Obviously, he colors his hair. The guy colored his hair to do Bob Lazar's junket, and he was going around advertising for it. You gotta, what did he say? Weaponize your curiosity. God, I hate that. But you got to check it out, Joe Rogan. I can't play it here. I wish I could. Missy, everyone is saying everyone is so sensitive these days. How you doing, Missy? Good to see you. I forgot again to say hi, but hi. Thank you. Everybody is sensitive. This is the sensitive culture that we're living in. What does Mike Rotunda say here? Let's take a look. So the government doesn't know what's going on. Yes! But Greer can talk to them at will. Yes! So what's the truth? You tell me. Overly sensitive, Missy says. Yeah, they're afraid to say Jesus was an alien. You know what? He might have been. Doesn't it make sense? Miracles. Walked on water, turned water into wine. What else did he do? Healed the sick. Sounds like an alien. I always said Jesus was an alien. I really do. Lunar Sparkles wants to know if anybody here without any picture. Do you have a picture? Had an animal go under her house today looking like Manek's cat, not a bobcat. Ah, that would be wild. So, the young guns do get easily triggered. Yes, Rodrigo. Oh, what a nice picture of you there. Look at you. See, I don't get everything's so tiny, but when I put it up there, that must be a different picture or I never noticed. Martin Reeder says, you can't handle the truth. You know, as individuals, we could. But get us together and you have what we did last month. A protest of looting kind. People getting killed, bashed, beaten, burned. Nobody got burned. How come nobody gets burned anymore? You know, in the old days, they had flamethrowers. I'm sorry. Those were hoses. I'm sorry. They were hoses. Fire hoses. No, not the ones with water. Fire. Fire. Yeah. Fire. Ow. Oh, come on. Meatballs. Meatballs. All right. What's the next question? I have another question. Here it is. Do you believe anything the New York Times says about UFOs? That's a stupid question. That's stupid. Of course we don't. They don't know anything anyway. Rodrigo, I'm telling you, I don't worry about saying it, but you are a beautiful man. You are definitely, you're a handsome dude. Look at you over there all tan. I want to get tan again. I haven't been tan since 2008. It's true. It's true. Isn't that wild? I haven't even gone to a tanning bed. What is this? Do you believe anything the New York Times says about UFOs? That's a stupid question. Do we have another one? Lunar? Hey, Lunar? What are you talking about? Nobody wants to go under your house and look for an animal. Don't you have a neighbor that can help you out? Or maybe the animal control? There's one for you. Why don't you do that? So what's believable? What's believable? Another stupid question. Who gave me these? CNN. Yeah, that's total CNN. What's believable? You know what's believable? I don't like the way I say that word, believable. Believable. Let's try to talk like an adult. You know what's believable about this article? Nothing. I don't buy it. I don't like it. I think it's just clickbait right before we go to the elections in a few months. This is something they want to get past. This is something that might get passed if it does get past that Rubio law. What's that Rubio law? That if they get that put through, that could change things. But let's say they do release evidence. What would they release? What would be believable to you? You know what would be believable to me? Is to see a UFO from within 50 feet, just like they show on Ancient Aliens and when Bob Lazar talks. I want to see it lift off the ground. I want a camera to follow it somehow or some way so we can see it up close when it's moving. I know they'll have telescopes. I want to see that. I want to see a demonstration. That's how I'll know. We definitely have alien technology. But then, is it really alien technology? Can it just be that it was a balloon or a Russian spy balloon in 1947? Could have been, but I don't see how they could make a mistake like that to go from we've captured an alien disc to a balloon. And like I said with Roswell, it was a rumor at first, right? That's how it was back. They didn't have the internet. They had, from that ranch, he ran home, called somebody and said, I think I think we have some sort of crashed UFO. Now he's told somebody, no proof. They tell somebody and it goes out. It goes to the news. They called the news and it went out in the newspaper without any evidence to back it up. That's weird that they would post something like that in the newspaper on the front page. The Roswell Times, is that what it was? It's just weird. And people bought it back then. It's just a weather balloon. It was an accident. Nobody thought, how could you go from a metallic disc to a rubber balloon? I don't know. How does that happen? I think Roswell started out immediately as a rumor, and then the truth came out. That's what I think. It's just my opinion. And if it was true that we did have a captured disc and we've been trying to back engineer it since, well, I don't know if the aliens worried too much about that. I think if the aliens did crash, they could have sent out a distress signal. Who knows? They didn't go back home, so wouldn't their friends come looking for them? Who knows? You know what I mean? And supposedly there were 2 UFOs that were struck by lightning that night, right? The other one was the more important one. Everybody focuses on Roswell. Well, that's what we're talking about. So I don't know, man. Nobody knows. That's the magic of it all. Everybody wants to take everybody's word for it. And even if they don't have evidence, if they tell a great story and they sound convincing enough, you'll believe them. Like Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar did work I believe he did work there. I believe Bob Lazar was an experiment. I know. I don't know. Maybe he never did see a UFO. Maybe he saw what looked like a UFO and they wanted to see how he would react. Watch that interview with Joe Rogan, George Knapp, and Jeremy Corbell. I wish I could play clips from it. It's fascinating. It's really cool. It's unbelievable. You know what? I can't say it. Every time I cough, you know what I'm thinking. It's a shame. Anyway, what did you guys say? What's believable? Let's go back here in the chat room. And let's see if anybody said anything that's worth posting on the screen. It was all hype, with no substance. Yes, Lost in Space. Yes, this is the best chat in the multiverse. The 50s and 60s footage is believable. They didn't have that editing stuff. They didn't even have computers back then. What else we got? What is Greer doing? Hey, Martin, let me ask you something while we're here, because I didn't have time. I was doing Greer tonight as a last minute thing, but do you have a link that can show me and everybody here to show Greer's UFOs? I have them somewhere. I just didn't have time to look, and they're all on my other computer. I know. I'm getting it fixed this weekend. Don't worry. All my stuff will be over here. Off-planet manufactured material. I want that Greer footage. It's not bad. I mean, the footage he got a long time ago was very interesting stuff, like the Marfa Lights type of thing. Yes, Rich, that's exactly it. And live on TV, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I'm on pro. I don't believe everything Greer is saying. All right, so we're already, I guess I need to go back further. Here's where I left off. All right, Reesh. Why weren't you on the latest, the latest third phase? Oh, let me put your message up here. John Sports Card says, Reesh, why weren't you on the latest third phase video? Who is that new actor girl on the vids? She's got 64 subs and 4 vids. How does she make it on their vids? She just made that YouTube channel. She has a website, but you would not believe what this girl brings to the table. She's unbelievable. Yeah, no. I think it was good to get a female on the third phase. And, you know, I don't know her age. I do, but I'm not going to say it. That's not nice. But she is very smart. I like her. I would say if I didn't. I would say, no, I like her. I think she's great, actually. I like her hair. That's her real hair color. It is. I don't, it's like Ariel. You know what? We're going to talk about Greer. Let's do, I want to see, wait, hold on a second. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do third phase now. Let's do that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of looking around while I play third phase for a few minutes and get the Greer stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I wasn't on it. To be honest, I needed the night off, so it worked out perfectly. I couldn't get mine in time. I was so busy yesterday at that time in the afternoon that I usually send them everything that I do around my time, 6:30, you know, which was an hour and a half ago. If I send it in after, then I had to do my show. So if I send it in after the show, it's not really fair to them to squeeze mine in at the last second. Plus, it was also a 27-minute production. So if I would have been on there, it would have been over 30 minutes. We don't go over 30 minutes. So that's why it just took off. And I might take 2 nights off a week, you know, because it's every night they're working. And sometimes, you know, we may be able to get the story in and get it up and going quicker than others. It depends on the video, but there's so much that goes into it. And if any of you are editors out there, what third phase is doing and the production value that they're giving, it's second to none. Nobody will ever do this like this for a while, because nobody's done what they're doing. Bringing in people in the field, regular people. See, that's why. Is her name? Well, I'll get her name. I can't remember. It's a unique name. But some of these people you may never have seen, and they deserve to be known. These are smart people that are in the field that just aren't getting their voice out. I mean, we only have 1,600 subscribers. Well, until she made her channel, I am the low man on the totem pole as far as subs go in all of us who has a website, a YouTube channel. She has a very good website. I don't have her information or anything. It's so new. But let me pull it up here. I got it. Third phase's video. But you know what I also think? It's good if we all take a day off or 2 days off, you know, if we're doing it 7 nights, 6 nights. Only because it's like good to see a new face. I think so. I needed it off though last night. I did. If I would have had to have made the video after I was done with my show, I might not have been peppy enough. Tonight, we are going like Michi Yukaku. interviewed with Dr. J a week or so ago, I think. And what he said, it's unbelievable what he said. Same thing. But what he said about the UFOs blew me away. And then again, it didn't really shock me. It did, but it didn't. But it did. Anyway, here's last night. I have to play this because it is great. And it's Mars. And what did we do yesterday? It was just a coincidence, I think. This is about the pyramid. Just what? This is about Mars. We did Mars anomalies last night. And then this came out 4 hours later. I was very... you've never seen these before. If you didn't see this third phase video last night, you never saw these Mars anomalies. So here we go. Well, you may have. I doubt it. You may have. I didn't. Can you get rid of that thing on the screen,
Welcome
please?
back. Blake Cousins here, Third Phase Moon with a special report. Is it a possibility that the ancient civilization that built the pyramids in Egypt came from the Red Planet? Gene Ward has submitted to me incredible Google Mars imagery that relates to construction built on Mars that resembles construction on Earth in regards to the Egyptian pyramids. What's it all about? We've got a special panel tonight with Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio. We're going to go out to Los Angeles and speak with Opala Asteria. She's been to Egypt and she's looking over these discoveries right now. It's going to be an incredible update from her. And we're also going to go to Arizona with Doc Skinner and get his insight, including Dr. J. It's going to be an incredible ride tonight. Hang on, everybody. We also got my brother Brent Cousins with me. Let's get to it and take a look at Gene Ward's evidence. We're going to break it down.
And that object is about 15 meters in length and about 8 meters wide. And if we zoom in on it, we can see it consists of this larger port.
What the frigonometry is this? You're going to tell me this symmetry is a normal rock? All right. Sorry.
This funny scoop in front and this little protrusion coming out of the ridge line over there, and then on the side what looks like a little winglet. And if you've been following my channel, I've always speculated this could be some type of craft or machine, but actually a friend of mine looked at this and said, hang on a second, she's seen something very similar to this and immediately identified it as it could be a scarab beetle sculpture. This one is found in the British Museum, and this one at the Karnak Temple Complex. And if we check out the similarities over here, we can see it's got the larger body at the back, the little protrusion coming out of that ridge line on either of those two structures, and then that little scoop in front. And then on the side here, what looks like one of the legs.
Let's go to Opala Asteria. She's been in Egypt. She could relate to some of these things that have been discovered by Gene Ward. What's your thoughts, Opala?
Okay, this structure here, it does look a lot to me like a structure. At first I was looking at it, I'm like, it doesn't look that much different than the other, what appears to be rocks around it. But now that I look at it a little closer, there is some abnormalities in the size and shape of it. So now that he compares it to the scarab beetle, wow, this is very interesting. So I actually went on a research trip in Egypt 3 years ago, and I bought a little scarab beetle stone, very much like the one up in the right-hand corner here. And it does look exactly like that. I do have to admit that it looks very much the same.
Let's go out to Arizona. Doc Skinner. What's your insight on this one, Doc?
I thought it was me.
All right, so we're looking at this image that's in looks like a debris field of rocks. Now he focuses in on this one that we're going to call the scarab. And what's wild is he says we're going to focus in on that, but there's a rock off to the right that I actually want to see. It looks like an alien's face upside down. I don't know. That's just me. You know, there's that weird or mental thing where you can see things in objects. So I don't know. But this is he zooms in on this one object that looks like a gigantic carving of a scarab. And at first I was looking at it thinking like he did, it could be a craft. But then he points out the scarab and he puts along the comparison of the scarab statues. And the thing that sells it for me is the dip and that little nose that you see, that if you look at it sideways, it looks like a face, but in the idea of a scarab does look very, very close and similar to the statues he compares them to. So, don't know unless I went there, but and looked at it myself. But yeah, it looks like a scarab.
Let's take it out to Los Angeles to Dr. J. Dr. J, what's your thoughts on these incredible discoveries by Gene Ward?
Yeah, that's why I always love footage like this, catching stuff from Mars of possibly ancient civilization, which is what it looks like with our ancient civilizations here on Earth. Now, this is really interesting. A scarab. Okay, I wouldn't have personally thought of scarab myself. However, when you look at the two side by side, it's very uncanny. Now, however, there are tons of other stuff here on Earth that you could say looks like those buildings. But in ancient Egypt artifacts, this is something that their culture does look like. Now, I don't think that a beetle was what was used to fashion giant buildings on Mars. I don't think Mars got their impression from the beetle, but why they look similar, the scarab is a natural thing. It's supposed to be, so that's the irony of this. But again, the fact that we have more and more evidence showing on Mars of stuff that looks like from Earth is very compelling.
Look, the reality is we've always wondered whether or not there was once life on Mars. Was it civilized? Was there an ancient race that once used Mars as its home planet? Was it taken out by nuclear weapons in a nuclear war or some sort of fallout? The reality is we do not know. Until we get more science on Mars, right now what we're looking at is a bunch of pareidolia. Our eyes and our brain are trained in order to pick out objects and try and recognize them with something that we have seen before. I think that's a lot of what is happening right now when we look at anything on Mars. Look, there are some strange anomalies. Never mind the bug that this gentleman says is there. It does look like that, but that could also be natural formation of thousands of years of windstorms, rainstorms, snowstorms, whatever the climate is on Mars. We don't know.
Then the other anomaly we're checking out is right there. This measures about 510 meters across, and up close, it looks pretty much like the eye of Horus. We can see the eyebrow there, two eyelids, and the pupil inside, and we can compare it to that pendant with the Egyptian sky god, as Horus is known.
All right, in this image, we'll call it the Eye of Horus. All right, it is, when zoomed in, something that looks like the Eye of Horus, and you have an eyebrow. There's no denying it. That's what it looks like. And the ridge at the top that is supposed to be creating the eyebrow is different from the rest of the natural structure. Now, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, those are cliffs going down into a cavern. It could be runoff, and those are like the runoff lines. That's a possibility. Now, as he zooms out, we look at it. Yes, there are large monuments that can only be seen from space. But the fact that this has been pressed up against a gigantic other structure, just something doesn't fit right with me on this one. It could be that thing where you look into things and you can see what you want to see. I don't know, but up close, it does look like the Eye of Horus. Hands down, will not deny. But the fact that if it was done on purpose, why did they press it up against this other large plateau structure? I don't know. It kind of throws. We look at
right there. I wanted to say something since I wasn't on the show last night. The this here, I don't know about this. I'm going to widen it up here. I mean, yeah, I could see it being similar to the Eye of Horus, but what is this? And then, you know, I'm looking around. I don't see anything like another eye, or was this a pyramid up here that is destroyed? Or, I mean, this is just really weird. Some people may think these are underground tunnel systems. We talked about those. I don't know. It is interesting, though, but this just happened to form this way over the millions of years that it's possibly in a dusty atmosphere. So I don't think it was originally. This is what this is here. I'll tell you what this is. I just figured it out. I just figured it out. See, should have been. This here is the parking garage. This here is the stadium. This is how people get up and down. They, right? Maybe? I don't know.
Got it.
There's a reason for everything.
Yes, there are large monuments that can only be seen from space.
Oh, he already said
that. But it kind of throws me off. So this one, I don't know.
Very
it does
tough.
Look like an eye up close. Okay.
Very tough.
Also, there's been a lot of talk about there being an ancient race on Mars.
I think I might get demonetized for this, so we'll see what happens. That's so cool. I want to know if do you get in this thing? No, it's just something you put together. Wow. I just looked at the head. Oh my God. Is that from that movie? Oh, it could be any dragon movie. The one with this is Sean Connery when he played the monster.
And a lot of what he shows in this video looks to me like ancient structures that were covered up by some sort of cataclysm. And from what I've heard, Mars very likely was once a highly advanced civilization, and they actually evolved to a point where they got out of hand with their technology, very similar like how we did back in the 60s when we bombed Hiroshima. And they could have very easily caused, and a lot of what he shows in this video looks to me like ancient structures that were covered up by some sort of cataclysm. And from what I've heard, Mars very likely was once a highly advanced civilization, and they actually evolved to a point where they got out of hand with their technology, very similar like how we did back in the 60s when we bombed Hiroshima.
Never mind.
And they could have very easily caused a continent-wide cataclysm or a planet-wide cataclysm. So this is interesting. It does look very much to me like the Eye of Horus, though. But also,
I don't think so. It does, but it doesn't. It's so weird. See, this part here should be over here. And I don't think they would be off by that much. You know what I mean? Unless the ground had shifted and this was over here. And yeah, it is, but it isn't.
so definitely could be a structure that is somehow encased in...
oh, this is long. All right, let's see what
looks
Dave says here. We got to hear what Dave says too.
Ships, but we don't know. Okay, who knows? Maybe
is that Sounds like a sink in the background. I wonder if it's raining. Oh, it might be raining.
It's like that first episode of Transformers where really there is some artificial intelligence up there that can be mechanized
Yeah, it sounds like rain.
and take us out with one sweep of their laser pointers. I don't know. I'm joking here, guys.
And then I found this massive pyramid measuring about.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Come on, that's on Mars? See, and you know what this would be over here? This would be the entranceway. You see this thing here? This was the walkway. It got covered up. They had like an entrance going right into the pyramid, it looks like. Nobody said that.
3 by 3 kilometers. We can see the 4 sides. It looks
That's
like
unbelievable. Come on
capstone
now.
at the apex has been removed. And of course.
And guess what? It faces cosmic north. It's amazing. It's so natural.
The Great Pyramid of Giza, also the 4 sides, and
see you later, B. Baker.
Capstone there has also been removed.
We got this email from Jim Ward this morning, and I would say I was quite blown away about what we saw and the images that were coming in from Mars. When it comes down to Mars and actual possibility of life actually existing 2,000 to maybe 2 million years ago, I'm a believer in this. And what we're looking at is evidence that leans towards history of an ancient civilization.
All right, now this one, the pyramid, I have to say yes. It looks, it doesn't look natural. And we have discovered this in many other locations on Mars, as well as here on Earth, where pyramids look like they've been through, hell and back through maybe a catastrophic event. The city of Sidonia on Mars, the pyramids there look as if, this is just my speculation.
So you get the gist, right? If you want to watch it, I'll put the link in the chat room. And it'll, of course, be in the link in the descriptions. Link will be in the descriptions after the show. Sometimes the show gets posted on YouTube within 30 minutes to watch it again. And sometimes I thought it went through after like 3 hours last night, but it didn't. It took 12 hours to go through. I don't know why that's happening. But anyway, there's the link in the chat room. Pretty good stuff. So there'll be another episode out tonight. And I believe they have an ad. So let's take a look real quick. Just to give a little bit of a promo for Third Phase. Because that's what we do now. I always do, don't I? We always talk Third Phase. It's the production value. It's freaking amazing. Nobody's better. I've been saying it for years. 15 years, I think I've been saying it. I know. Tonight, I don't know. I'm just off. No, I'm not. You're off.
Phase.
Moon, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom.
Just wanted to give everybody a heads up in regards to our episode tonight. We're going to have a special guest. Michio Kaku is on the Third Phase Moon, and we're going to be discussing some of the insight that he has to say.
Holy shit, he's
regards
on?
to the Pentagon and the UFO released files. It's all thanks to Dr. J Radio Live, who obtained this exclusive interview with Michio Kaku. It's going to happen if you're in Los Angeles on the West Coast, 1 a.m. And if you're on the East Coast, it's 4 a.m. We'll see you there, everybody. Stand by. It's Blake.
Stand by. Coming at you live right here at Third Phase Moon. Third Phase of GUFON. Goof on the moon. Goof on phase of moon, 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 moon. Goo, 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 goo. Fun, 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 fun of moon, 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 moon. Doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to do to doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to doon doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to do to doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon chicka doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to chicka doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to do to doon chicka doon chicka doon to doon to do to doon chicka doon do. All right, what are we doing? Is it time for Chicken Little? The Greer machine. So, what's that? No. Should I? I don't have anything of that. Oh, well, we might as well. Welcome to the FFS zone. That's where we are right now. Spaced Out Radio has the woo. We have the FFS zone. Talk about your 180-degree pole differences here. It's all the same. We just want the truth, right? So somebody sent me a message about Greer. Their experience when they... Let me read it. So this person says, saw the title of your next live stream. Greer is the P.T. Barnum of ufology. As for close encounters of the fifth kind, I and around 100 people with me at the CE5 event in a field by Pine Bush, New York, he can personally attest to having a very large craft appear and signal back to them, while all of us were mentally asking for an interaction by beings not of this earth. Something's happening. Something's definitely happening. Is it not? Do you believe that? I mean, here's what I believe. I believe there should be video. There is. I was just trying to look for it and I can't seem to find it, but maybe I did on the website we're going to check out here in a minute. Very interesting. I have to play you this real quick. What the hell just happened? There's something playing and I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, how did that happen? Somebody sent me this. I have to share it. This is unbelievable. When I saw this, I immediately thought balloons, because that's what the first thing that came to my mind, right? Anyway, I'm going to share it with you because I don't know. I really don't know.
Unidentified flying balloons.
No.
Look at the way they move. They're obviously intelligently controlled.
And I did want to show you something at the end of this video, by the way, because I think it's very interesting. There are so many things that happen with balloons. This piece right here, I'll blow it up. This piece right here, it's not a balloon. It's part of the apparatus, but it's a silvery object that's reflecting sunlight. That's not the balloon. So sometimes you'll see a reflection from these things within, and then people say, oh, it's lighting up. No, it isn't. Good stuff. Good stuff. I think I'm just going to start making balloon videos for real. Before I get back to work, I think I've gotten a job. So I'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be working very early, so I'm very excited about that. All right, so and I'll be working from home. That's right, I forgot it's a work from home. I don't go anywhere anymore. All right, so that is a half of a joke, to be honest with you, but it's not a joke. That's for real. What people see those in the sky and can't figure it out. Like, why is the object doing this? I don't get it. Well, do a little bit of test. You'll figure it out. Capiche? Oh, that's a 3 capiche night. We're on a roll. I know, nobody understands me. So, to finish off the message that was sent to me about seeing this craft, he says, I'm going to attempt it again at Pine Bush this September. We are planning to run a variety of video for the event, in hopes of catching it. Wow. So we'll stay in touch with this person, and hopefully they will get something. See, I believe he saw a craft of some sort. How big was it? I don't know. I mean, it's not that he's a researcher or anything. He's just he is a researcher. I mean, but he says he's a researcher and investigator of UFOs and more. I read it wrong. I don't know why I said he's not. He definitely is, but very skeptical and maybe a believer in Greer. I, for one, have a very hard time. See, if I was doing this full time and the channel sustained me, I would go to those. I would go to the Dr. Greer. I would be a part of that group, but it costs money, I think. Let me pull it up here. Well, if you want to learn how to do this stuff, there is a CE5 handbook out there. I was shocked to find. I may get it. But take a look at this. This book, yes, a CE5 handbook, an easy-to-use guide to help you contact extraterrestrial life for $13.99. Fine. That I can. This? 7 used and new from $125.94. Holy shnikey. What do you get? Paperback. 7 ratings. What is this? One book? 242 case files exposing alien contact for 175 smackers. Wow. But, oh, it's by Richard Haynes. Okay, so it's not Dr. Greer. Darn it. Anyway, that's interesting. Expensive. I'm glad I looked. And the author on this, well, it's all to Greer. It says, have you ever wanted to see a UFO? It's simple. Guys, it's simple. This book will get you on the ground fast with everything you need to know to help you see a UFO in 6 outings. There are 3 ingredients for contact. 1, connection to one mind consciousness. 2, a sincere heart. 3, clear intent. Any more questions? The answers are all here. How and where to make contact, what to bring and what equipment to use, what you will experience, how to document footage of encounters, and how to discern between what's explainable and what's undeniable, and much more. Also included in this book are meditations that you can read in the field to help create the right atmosphere for contact. The meditations come from experienced people all over the world. Dr. Greer's vision of a new world will help you access feelings of universal peace and a sense of wonder for the positive changes to come to planet Earth. Costa Macrias Global CE5 Initiative Meditation will cultivate coherence with people in your contact group and with other seekers the world over, fueling your passion for this mission of peace and harmony. Or read James Gilliland's Healing Negative Influences to clear your energy, shed negativity, and become more receptive to both external intuitive contact. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Oh, I told you. Oh. Bullshit. This book is a complete bullshit resource of what is a close encounter of the 5th kind, history of the UFO seekers movement, tips and techniques, how to pick a location, how to navigate the night sky, imperative formation about laser pointers, equipment and app recommendation, what communication is like, how to objectively discern sightings, where you can find UFO contact retreat, link to social networks like ET, Let's Talk, troubleshooting, overcoming fears, extensive glossary. I can't stop shaking my leg tonight. My dad said if I keep shaking my leg like that, I'm going to get Parkinson's. That's how it started for him. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. But it might be true. I am getting every ailment my parents have. Diabetes runs on my parents' family. All the body and aches and stuff that happened to my dad are happening to me, all that stuff. It's weird. I'm getting the best of the worst of. Anyway, so you can go buy into this for $13.99. Maybe I'll get the book just to check it out. I can afford the $14. Oh, wait. Oh, that's paperback. Yeah, we're going to get it. Kindle for 99 cents. I don't have a Kindle. Let me pull up his website. Here it is. Why does that keep turning on? That's bizarre. So Dr. Greer, he's been around for a long time, right? I mean, a real long time. 30 years, I think, right? If not longer. He is the creator of the Disclosure Project. He, with now Serious Disclosure here, CE5 Contact. But he and Stephen Bassett were the co-creators, I believe, of the Disclosure Project. I have the book on my shelf over there. It is a thick book. It is ridiculously huge. I have never been to this website till today, just now, with you. So let's take a look, shall we? Now, why am I doing this? Aren't we going to talk about if Greer can contact the aliens? Yeah. But I want to see if there is an ulterior motive for all this stuff, you know? Like, money. And what's the other one? Evidence? Nope. Money. Right. Oh, well, what about the evidence this guy's captured? Dr. Greer did get some interesting things, I have to admit. He's got some really cool UFO videos back in the day. Now, not so sure. So, I want to go to the evidence. First thing that caught my eye. So here we go. Now, there's a lot of stuff here. Let's go right here. CE5 photos and videos. I believe this is where the evidence is hiding out, kids. Yes, it is. Twin ships witnessed Vero Beach, Florida, January 27, 2015.
So what I'd like to discuss now is an overview.
Holy crap, how long is this?
The,
9 minutes, okay.
The science of consciousness, specifically as it applies to training in meditation and the phases of development for remote viewing and doing the coherent thought sequencing. So do you have a very clear understanding of it?
Before we do the puja, what is that orange object? Look how
Oh,
beautiful.
whoa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is the
just
stuff.
Don't
I've
pop
seen
too
this.
much.
Please crouch down and look because you'll block our cameras.
So it looks like the sun setting, right?
Those behind me may move and stand up. Okay, that you see that color?
Yeah. That's not a plane.
No. Oh no.
See you, Lunar.
No, that's a
So
ship.
let's thank them for coming.
Wow, and it's above the sea level.
Please turn off your night scope, Charles.
Oh, by the way, before I go a single frame further, do you remember the video I posted a few minutes ago about the balloons on the car? That came from Joe in the chat room. Sorry, Joe. I didn't think you wanted your name out there. You see? Capiche? Oh, it's a 4 capiche night. We need one more.
Off.
Hey, Anselmo.
Someone's infrared or whatever.
Yeah, that's Charles.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, wait, see, what is this?
Oh, here they come. There are two.
Whoever's right in the front, if you can kind of just stay.
So, immediately, now you have to know Florida, where Vero Beach is. I think there's a military installation around here somewhere. I believe these are flares. Let's keep looking.
Stay low, because your head is right.
You can get
Every flare I've seen dropped in Arizona was, from 30 miles away, usually 40 sometimes. They're very low. 5,000 feet or lower, I think.
Your knees in front
Yeah.
of you. Look
Which
at
is
this,
pretty
how
high.
gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I'm looking with the night scopes. There's no smoke. There's no trails. These are not flares.
No, you can't tell from that far away. If they're about 20 to 30 miles away, there's no way he can tell with how bright that is. The smoke would probably dissipate once it gets outside of the blown up part here. You know?
And
I love it.
Oh my
okay,
goodness.
let's welcome them here.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
They were waiting for us to arrive.
Whoa.
Jacques, please photograph. Yeah, all cameras should be filming. So connect to them in your consciousness and invite them here. These are the golden ones I talked about. See how gold?
Yeah. So this one here looked like it was blinking. It might be waving, you know, like rocking back and forth. I don't know. But they're both moving the same speed from left to right. What does that tell you? The wind, right?
Because the horizon is only 7.
They're both moving
miles
exactly
in
the
normal
same
conditions,
speed
so
from left to
It's
right.
probably a couple miles. Everybody see them?
Yeah, they're so beautiful.
Let's welcome
flares
their,
are beautiful.
beings on board to join us in meditation.
See, this is where I have a very hard time right now. This is not. Let's see
That
where
is
it goes.
such a beautiful color.
I
So you'll
thought
never
this
forget-
they moved around a lot. Look,
They emerged from the sky, but
they're
very,
falling
very,
very
close
slowly.
below.
You see?
Thank you.
They're not going back up, are they?
Safely.
No, the other one went out.
I need a time mark.
This one's going to go out now within a
Yeah,
minute.
time.
You want to know why I know?
9:15.
It's almost
so
5
mark
minutes.
time.
These are 5-minute flares. Look, it's almost 5 minutes.
9:15.
They're 3-minute flares.
Oh, that's gone into the ocean. See what it did?
It's a 3-minute
Okay,
flare.
there's
The other one went out. Look at the time at the bottom.
low.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
So this one was around 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and this one's around the same time. It's flares.
Just gonna reposition.
You need a higher tripod.
Sorry, kids. Sorry, Dr. Greer. You're not fooling. What's this? Another way?
Perception of your body.
These are the pictures
your
of it.
perception of your ego.
That could be miles out there. I don't think it is. I think it's probably about 5 miles, maybe 6 to 10. I don't know. Nobody knows. But it looks like it's lighting up the bottom of these clouds. So those clouds look to be maybe 10 miles away. If I go by my experience with clouds that look this low and look like this, I'd say about 10 miles. I don't see it, guys. I see flares. Flares. Here's another camera.
There. Let's welcome their.
Look at that. How could that be exactly the same, I wonder? See, I knew I was right.
It's such a beautiful color, so you'll never forget that color. Yeah, this is a major.
You'll never forget the color of
part,
flares. It's
making
amazing.
Like a tetrahedron radiating our pureness and love towards them.
It makes me sad. Let's look at other evidence. I'm telling you, it's flares. If you don't want to believe it, you don't have to, but I'm telling you, that's flares. Telling you. What's this? So Greer he says you could meditate and get these aliens to come talk to you. I can't tell you how many, I mean, it's definitely more than 1,000 times I tried to make contact through meditation. More than that. Probably like 1,500 times I've tried it, because I know I tried it every day almost for 3 years straight. Almost every day. I've got 4 notebooks, 300 pages each with all my notes. So I'm going to be like a nap. When I get old, all my videos and my evidence I'm going to give to somebody. Who do I give it to? I got to trust somebody's going to be around long enough. So let's not forget, these are on Dr. Greer's website, touting them as real UFOs. Really? 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 It could be a watermelon seed thrown through the sky. Come on. It's amateur hour. It's amateur hour. Yeah, it looks interesting. Do you know how many different types of, do you know there's so much stuff like this? This is definitely, looks like, could be pollen, it could be a seed, it could be a bug, it could be dust, it could be some sort of particulate, it could be anything in the sky. Did you see it in the beginning, how fast it flew through? It's a bug. Look. Come on. It looks like it's at 10 frames a second, too. I give up. All right. Cute. Very cute. Very cute. Very cute. Very cute. Very cute. Great stuff. You know, I know that there are aliens out there. Okay, let me take it back. I don't know that aliens are out there. Does it mean it's aliens? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. This is a photograph. Why is it taking so long? Come on. No wonder. So we deleted it. Wow, this sucks. 1992. Best photo evidence. Here's a video. Did we just watch this? No, we watched this one, right? Yeah, Vero Beach. We just watched that. So that's it? This is it? This is the evidence on his website. Yeah, we don't really need to look at NASA. Costa Rica 71. That's the photo from fake Google Earth. Joshua Tree. The following series was the shots taken of Joshua Tree National Park in 2009 during a CSETI contact event overseen by Greer. These photographs offer extraordinary evidence of interstellar transdimensional bullshit. Let's take a look. I bet you it's not available. Ha ha! Uncle Richie, he knows, doesn't he? Uncle Richie coming through again. All right. So here's what I have to say. I don't believe that Greer can make contact with aliens. I really don't believe it. I think this is, he's using your mind and telling you that if you do this, now I know there was an object seen, people have seen UFOs around these things, around these CE5 events. I don't see the video evidence of it though. You know, I know that the individual who sent me the message, I believe they saw a big UFO. But I sure hope that it wasn't one of these flares that I believe, because they both go the same direction. They both lasted the same amount of time. It's just, I don't know. News and events. All right, so I have to sign up. I ain't signing up. Documentaries, unacknowledged and series. I have a very hard time with this. What is this? Papers? Let's take a look. Let's see if the CE5, I want to know. I want to know exactly what's being said. I think I'm going to buy that book, and I may try to do it here live on the show. I wonder if it'll work. I am going to try it. I'm going to buy the book and see if, you know, I would really enjoy doing another. Remember how I did the remote viewing and got some things right? I'd like to do a genuine remote view. A genuine one, like they're supposed to be done. Like if the show wasn't even on, how would I do it? That's how I should do it. I think I'm going to set that up too in the near future. Seriously. Because I don't believe Greer's seeing UFOs. I really don't. I think he's the reason James Gilliland was on that page with Greer, because they're doing the same thing. They know, because I have the app too that can tell you where satellites are going to show up. But guess what? They don't document every satellite. Well, Rich, what are you saying? I'm saying I've seen these white dots that act like satellites, iridium flare satellites, and they're not in the app or on the NASA website as a passing satellite. I can't tell you how many times I video recorded white lights that are very similar, but you can't find them in the app. So that means I probably have about 20 UFOs on video that I dismissed over the 1,500 iridium flare satellites I captured. I think there's about 20 of them that I couldn't explain, that were going too fast, that acted weird, like they didn't, because sometimes they're spinning. So the sun will reflect off that satellite, off the solar panels, and it looks like it's reflecting, like it's turning on and off the light. So as it's spinning, the light's hitting me, the light's hitting me. I've got so many of them, I call them flashers, but they're spinning satellites. I've never had one stop in its place, not once. But everybody tells me the same thing, and I don't think it's true, that all satellites go from west to east. Is that right? Or east to west? I thought it was west to east. It's not true. I've gotten things going north to south, southeast to northwest. I've got them all different directions. So what am I doing? I'm dismissing these as satellites. So maybe I should take another look. The weirdest thing about recording satellites, iridium flare satellites, is you do see some odd things happening. I'd be recording one of these and see a flash in the sky. Sure, it could be another satellite reflecting the sun. One flash? Just one? Must be on a slow rotation. Got a lot of weird stuff I could definitely post, and everybody would be like, it's amazing stuff. I'm not so sure. Greer doesn't care. Does he? I don't like the fact that he charges people, right? A lot of money for these trips. Is that what he's doing? Where is it? Hold on. Let's pull that up real quick. Projects, government documents, government with the Anaconda, VIP, quoting worldwide new energy, CE5, photo evidence, official Chilean UFO study. No. Witness testimony. I'd like to hear a little testimony. Hold on. Let's take a look real quick. Oh, Paul Hellyer. Well.
My name is Paula Harris, and I'm an international photojournalist, and I'm very honored today to be in Toronto, Canada, May 7th, 2010, to interview the Honorable...
All right, I can't go back that far. Remember this thing? Remember this? Is this real? Twin ships witnessed. Let's see what it says. These golden objects at CE5 were reviewed by very advanced night vision binoculars. Doesn't give us the make or model. Did you notice? I'd like to know. Anybody, what are they, from the Cracker Jacks box? I mean, come on now. I know he's got good equipment, but tell us. There were no boats or ships seen anywhere in the area of the objects, and there were no jets or planes or other airborne objects anywhere near the objects before. Well, let me tell you something, Greer. See these clouds? They could have dropped them from up here. By the time the parachute opened and they ignited, they're here. They could have flown right through here. Nobody would have seen them, dill hole. They emerged in this dimension suddenly and did not drift or move laterally. Yes, they did. Watch. Watch.
So what I'd like to do.
Shut up. Shut up.
Turn off your night scope, Charles.
Shut up.
Stay
Watch.
low, because you're
Oh,
beautiful colors. Yeah, this is a major.
What you're seeing with your eye.
Oh, you prick.
That's
Oh, you
9:15.
got no head.
9:15. So the mark.
I showed it before. Guys, I just don't think Greer found a way to talk to aliens. If he did, don't you think there would be more people congratulating Greer? Don't you think if it was true, I would do it? All of us should do it. I think as a researcher, Greer should give that book to researchers for free. Give us the details on how to do it for real. No, don't give it to everybody. Give it to people who want to actually try it out, like me. I want to try it out. I think I'm going to have to buy the book. I really am. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do an honest research on this CE5. For real. Why not? We should. I am. We're going to do that probably next week. I want to do it live on the show. I think, because I take the headset off, I turn off the screens, I light some candles, whatever the book's going to tell me to do, I'm going to do it. I'll set up the camera, I'll lay on the couch back there, whatever it takes. I'm definitely going to do it. Yep. It's done. It's done. Next week, we're going to do it live on the show. Maybe, I got a better idea. I'm going to do it live out in the country somewhere, in the middle of nowhere. Bring my cameras with me and the drone. And if something appears, I will give Greer a kiss on those big lips. I will not do that. All right. See, they're right there. You can see them in the background. Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah. In a week, maybe 2. Well, whenever the book gets here. Then I'll have to read it. I want to try it. So it'll be interesting. Man, that's going to be great. I can't believe I haven't thought about this before. Thank you, Dr. Greer, for being you. We're going to give it a real honest try. And if there's anybody else in Arizona who might want to go with me, maybe I'll pick a place and we can go there. I already have a place. I know a couple of places we can go to. It's just at night, there may be some, flying bugs and stuff. No, this is going to be great. Nope. Yeah, we're going to do that next week. Oh, I'm excited. I can't believe I'm going to make contact with aliens for real. I can't do it on my own. I need Greer's help. And why not? Right? Why not? What if it actually works and we're doing the live show and I see something? I think it says you got to do it, 6 times before you see something? Isn't that what he said? It takes 6 times. I believe Greer believes he's seeing UFOs. I don't think he's talking to them. But we're going to do real research here on the show. Look, I had a very hard time with poltergeist activity in my life. I've seen things move. As a matter of fact, just recently, a year ago, week ago, doesn't matter, yesterday. That's tripping me out. So there's something out there, and I don't know if they are aliens in golden ships or, they're ghostly. I don't know, man. But we're going to find out next week. Is that on? You guys hear that? Is that on? It is on. I thought I was just hearing it. What is it? It's time to go? It's time to go. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. What a fast show. Unbelievable. You want to support the show? Go to Patreon, patreon.com/GUFONRadio. You want to become a part of the network? You can go to GUFON.net and get your own page and sign up for free under the umbrella of GUFON Network. I want to thank everybody. Super chatters, if I missed you tonight, I apologize. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know Lee put €1.99 up there, so thank you for that. Thank you, moderators. Don't forget to like and subscribe, will you? And don't forget, tonight, Third Phase worked hard. We got another video, Michio Kaku, coming up at 1 a.m. Eastern. 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Hawaii time. So don't forget to check that out in a few hours. We'll see you tomorrow night, Friday. Have a good one, everybody. Have a great one. Have a great one. Oh, I love this song. Have a good night. Yeah.